I started gymnastics at the age of 1.5.
It's pretty easy to stay motivated when you enjoy what you're doing.
They sacrificed a lot for me to come down here and do what I love.
My first passion was probably defying gravity.
Gymnastics is a lot of fear, but you have to overcome that if you want to move on to the next level.
My next guest has me totally flipping out. At only 10 years old, she's on the fast track to become the next big Olympics gymnastics superstar. Please welcome today's super kid, Chandler King.
She's an all-around athlete.
She's there, she works hard, she wants it.
She's our baby girl, but she inspires us both.
Over 34 hours a week I train.
Kids like Chandler, they see what it takes.
She's fearless. She's a natural performer. She handles pressure really well.
It's about the work to me. My name's Chandler King. I'm 12 years old and I'm a gymnast. I love this sport. I like it a lot better than any other sport. That's why I chose it.
At 6, that's when it started to become like competitive and I started going to gym more.
She's a mentally strong kid. She wants to go out there, she wants to win, she wants to perform. Anyone that's talented and wants to work hard is fun to coach.
Brian normally coaches us on bars and vault.
Chandler's very, very good on the bars. She's very smooth, she swings a lot. It's very different than the rest of the events.
The bars has just come easy to me, so that's why I like it the most. It feels like you're flying. To a person that's never done gymnastics before, it'd probably be really scary for them. But the more you do it, the more you get used to it and the more comfortable you get with it. Gymnastics is mostly mental and not physical. You have to have the right mindset, and if you don't, then that's when it can become like really hard and scary.
Short head in.
The body hurts a lot in this sport. If nobody had injuries, then it would be perfect. But no, it's not like that. Crying is not gonna help. Getting frustrated like that's not gonna help. It's just gonna make it worse. You won't be able to get through anything. So you just gotta like wipe away the tears, go get a drink of water or something, and then try and come back, but keeping a positive attitude.
Legs, and keep your head down, Hup.
I think we've gotten to the point where we trust the process now. Gymnastics is one of the most well-balanced sports, where it brings finesse, power, it brings an array of physical abilities, and it brings mental toughness also.
She's extremely self-motivated and independent. She just does it on her own.
Any project that she's taking part in it, you can tell that she's gonna go after it and she's gonna take the extra steps. She's not gonna just do enough.
I put in all these hours of training and all the tears, the blood, the sweat, the rips on your hands from bars that you get. I put it all in because I love this sport and I do want to represent the USA when I grow older. If that doesn't work, I'd love to go to college. College gymnastics is really fun and it just seems exciting.
That's only 31 seconds left.
So right now I'm doing my online school. It's Texas Connections. I just finished doing a language arts assessment. 100. Ooh.
Online school, it's a lot of work. Because she's 7th grade, this is new for her. It's her first time doing full-time online school. They have to do about 5 hours a day in order to be, considered full-time. She usually does that or more. She works on the weekends. She's always been a really hard worker.
We're still inspired to this day about her work ethic. We're impressed, and it looks like that's gonna carry on into teenage years, and it's gonna carry on into adulthood.
It's a choice. Like, it's not us telling her or pressuring her. Like, it's all her choice. She chooses to do this every day.
Most kids have to go to a school and sit down. I just get to be in my own environment, so my home, you can sit down and be comfortable. It's all online. If I had to pick between public school and online school, definitely online school.
She's always been a really hard worker. She's able to have fun and have a personality and be carefree at the same time.
I have 13K on TikTok. I get to perform on TikTok, do little dances, show my personality. Floor routine, I also get to do the same thing. So it all kind of combines together with performing.
She can sing, she can dance. She's a people person. She likes to act. She's a natural performer.
These are all of my medals that I've had from gymnastics meets and gymnastics competitions. One that I have that I'm most proud of,
I got first place on bars, but I could have got a perfect 10-0 because of the dismount. So I did the dismount, and if you stick it, that means perfect and everything. But I was like this, and everybody's like, woo, and then I took a step. It was so devastating to me, but luckily I still got first place. That'd probably be my most proud medal because I tried. I don't know why I took that step and I didn't just salute. It's somewhere in here.
We made the move here to Texas about 3.5 years ago for Chandler to compete here. Her coach back then accepted a job here, and we initially came just for her to do some training for a developmental camp she was getting ready for. And she loved the gym, she loved Texas, and she wanted to stay. And we came here initially just to visit, and I called my mother and I was like, oh, we're not coming back, we're moving here.
They sacrificed a lot for me to come down here and do what I love. So we packed up everything, we moved away from me. It goes family, school, then gymnastics. School is more important than gymnastics. School comes first. But yeah, family is everything. That's what you need.
The one thing that I noticed since we moved here is that she has fun. Her friends are there, her team. There are a lot of girls here who are her age.
Everybody there, we all just get along. I don't have really a group. I just talk to everybody. Everybody's my friend there.
At this age, they're not thinking about it. They're just all friends. The parents are more competitive, and the girls are just out there doing their best and having fun and cheering each other on.
Come on, go, go, go. It's still nice to cheer them on and everything, but when you're competing, it's like, okay, I'm trying to beat you. I love performing. If I wasn't doing gymnastics, I'd probably want to be a dancer. That comes next, because it's still in the performing range, but it's not as much flipping and everything, it's more graceful. I have the body type for a dancer. It's nerve-wracking when I'm performing in front of so many people, but it also, like, your adrenaline gets pumping, and then you go and it's not as bad as you thought it would be. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I definitely have become a better gymnast. I've learned a lot of new skills, a lot of new techniques, and better form.
If she were to go to the Olympics, that would be great. This whole sport, of course, it's a huge investment. College scholarship definitely would be great. Whatever she wants to do, we both support her 100%. She's a gymnast, but she's not just a gymnast. Whatever she chooses to do, we would support her.
I want her to put her best foot forward and for her to get out of life what life has for her. My thing is, we're going to provide the resources. If you're ready to take advantage of them, the sky is the limit as far as our end of support. Gymnastics
really fits me. I feel like it's just meant for me. That's my sport. Like, everybody has their sport that they like to do. 171K on Instagram. That's how many followers I have.
I have like 600. What should I do?
Keep trying. Don't give up. Keep trying.
Okay.
Simone Biles is a winner, and so am I. She encouraged me to do gymnastics. When I watch her videos, sometimes I like to do it or try to do it.
She just want to be a star. She want to be really, really great.
Hi, my name is Kayce Brown. I'm 8 years old and I'm a gymnast. I started gymnastics at 3. I started on bars, swinging, trying to see if I could hold myself.
Thursdays is when she actually do gymnastics. Her and her youngest sister, Madison. Usually we try to work on her upper strength, which is her shoulders. We try to work on bars, because she loves bars. But I try to get her more comfortable with the beam, so before she go to sleep, sometimes I go over there and help her on the beam a lot, because she ain't as confident as she is on the bars.
I get to work on stuff that's fun. Sometimes stuff is hard, and I figure it out myself. On the bars, sometimes I like to do stuff very challenging, like jumping on the bar, swinging, trying to do a front flip.
All right, so we're gonna do stations, okay? I'm gonna show you each station and then we're gonna go through them. Okay, so point your toe. You're gonna kick up to a handstand, hands on the mat, squeeze, and then you're gonna land in a bridge.
I love gymnastics because I feel free inside and it helps me build my strength.
Give me 5. All right, this one, it's gonna be a little more challenging, but you can do it.
I like her personality. She adventurous. She like to try new things. She confident. She really cares about her baby sister. She cares about everybody who around. So I really like that about her. Kayce inspiration is Simone Biles. She kind of watches her all the time on YouTube. She watch all her highlights as far as like NCAA championships and Team USA. The thing that we have also installed into her as far as Simone routines is, I would say, how hard she works, how dedicated she is, and how hungry she is and passionate about it. That's another thing I like to make sure she's passionate about it, because I know if she's not passionate about it, it's a waste of time.
Let me show you. So you want to pull up in here, squeeze your core.
The message that I would like to send to other girls is be confident, try, and believe in yourself.
My goal for my daughters is to go Division I. I feel like in order for her to reach her goal, she has to, most importantly, be very disciplined in life. No days off mean just keep going, keep grinding, stay focused. And with Kayce, I just feel like her personality, her drive, and the passion of gymnastics will take her far.
No days off means to keep working and going and trying.
Stay tight, stay tight, stay tight. Arms up.
My goal is to be one of the greatest gymnasts of all time.
Ari's future is limitless. She's extremely talented. She's always able to execute, and she always executes to her fullest potential and ability.
She has a confidence in everything that she does. She's extremely coachable. From where I've seen her, where she started to where she is now, she's grown leaps.
With that competitive drive that she has, as long as she doesn't lose that, I think her options are really limitless.
Hi, my name's Ariana, and I'm 7 years old, and I'm a gymnast. I started gymnastics at the age of 1.5. My favorite part about gymnastics is that you can have fun. It's a tough sport, but just keep trying.
Go, Ari. Ari started gymnastics in Nassau, Bahamas at Nassau Gymnastics. And as I was constantly told, she has something very special and they can see her going very far with it. We then, thought it would be best for her to relocate to the United States to start gymnastics. When she got here, I was also told that she's special and she's a really good gymnast. And so it was at that point when we made the conscious decision to, get her started and pretty much start a career with the sport.
A normal day for me is I wake up and I would go to school and go to practice at Brandy Johnson's. Today I'm going to work with Coach Malik, Coach Rosemary, and Coach Tanya. At practice, I stretch, I do conditioning, bars, being vault, and then floor, and then I warm down.
Fast, fast. Use your arms. On your toes more. Push, 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 push. I've been coaching Ari since she was 4 or 5 years old. Her confidence has definitely grown. Right now we're doing front handsprings over the table, but we also drill Yurchenkos and Suks over resi mat. Those are the things we're building for her optional years.
Specifically, I am her bars and her beam coach. So for bars, we're working on, because she's a level 4, working on kip cast handstanding and working on her certain shapes towards the high bar. And then for beam, we do a lot of acro skills, so handstands and cartwheels and back walkovers and such. Right now, there's obviously different progressions that she needs to do, and so my job for her is to kind of help her get there.
She does have the strength, the flexibility, and the mental capacity, so I would say she's going to go very, very far.
My favorite part about training is that we get to have fun during it. I think it's important to train every day because it helps you get better and it gets you where you want to go. This is my favorite medal because I won Florida State Champion in 2021. I was against the best 12 girls in my age. This was my first meet in pre-team, and I'm 4 years old in this. And in this meet, I won first place.
Ari has a gift, right? And we want to make sure that she's, being a kid right now because who knows, what her future holds, And her mom does a great job making sure that, she gets out and, she goes to like different theme parks and parties and all kind of things, So it's very, very important.
She and we have conversations about the sport, and if she really takes it, straight to the Olympics at some point, she's gonna have to give up a lot of things. So in the meantime, I'm just like, let's enjoy as much of your childhood as possible and be a child. But it's important for Ari to have a set schedule because it is very important that you pretty much miss no days of gymnastics. If you do miss a couple of days, you can possibly fall behind.
And it also allows her to have a vision, about the future and what's important. She does a phenomenal job.
Week by week, we have certain focuses and we have certain challenges and even like mini competitions within the team. And so whenever that comes up, she always wants to win. So I think that's something that's in her that's never going to fade. I think because of that, that's really going to allow her to just go above and beyond in whatever she chooses to do, which right now is obviously gymnastics.
I really enjoy winning because, your teammates cheer you on. It just means a lot.
Her personality is large. She's fun, she is energetic, she's extremely outgoing. She pulls into her shell a little bit, but from where I've seen her, where she started to where she is now, she's grown leaps.
Everything that she's accomplished, everything that she's going to accomplish, but more importantly, her determination and her focus just to, remain steadfast and just, enjoy it. And, so I'm super proud of her.
I look at her and I'm always amazed at how much she's, accomplished at such a young age, and I am extremely proud of her and really excited to see where she ends up in the future.
No days off means to me, keep practicing, work hard, and always try your best.
That's why I want to do gymnastics, because I want to go to the Olympics 2032.
We didn't realize how much different she was from other kids. She can run, she can flip. That is insane that she can do stuff like that.
My name's Delilah, I'm 9 years old, I'm a gymnast, and this is No Days Off. I have this stretching practice. I do the strength workouts, 10 presses and handstands and stuff. I'm doing a press handstand and then go to one side, another press, and then go to the other side, and then a regular press, and then I go back into a handstand and pike down. I feel it in my abs a lot, in my arms. It gets me stronger, and then I can do a lot of skills when I go to gymnastics. I usually do that once a day.
She was just learning how to walk. At the same time, she was also just diagnosed with nursemaid's elbow, which is basically the elbow pops out of its socket all the time. Because it kept popping out and we were trying to find something to make the muscle grow around that bone a little bit better, and gymnastics was there. And we had no equipment at home, so we started buying equipment. We got a beam, we got bars, and she was starting to practice more at home. And she would practice on it, and then I would record her practicing on the equipment, and that was how she was able to see what she was doing wrong.
I'm looking for my bent legs, and if I have bent legs, I have to do it again and try and do it with straight legs, and if my feet are flexed, I have to do it again and try and point my feet.
She's just obsessed with it, just building her strength, so it's everything just mixed together just makes her who she is.
I'm seeing if I have my tiger paws and my grips just to make sure. These are for bars and these are for bars, and then the brown things are for vault. This is really it, because I don't need anything for beam and floor. I do beam, floor, vault, and bars. On floor, I do round off back handspring fulls and my round off 1.5s and front layout front tucks. On beam, I do hands and back tucks on high beam, and then I do hand lays on the medium beam. And then on bars, I do bar routines kip cast and 3 clear hips in a row and stuff like that. Floor's my favorite because you get to tumble a lot and do round off back handsprings. I have a lot of power in my tumbling, so I get to go really high. It's really fun to go high. I get to learn a lot of different things than just one thing.
It happened accidentally because you posted the video of her doing the push-ups.
I picked my phone up and it says 1 million likes. I'm what is going on? I have never seen a viral video happen before. And what I didn't know was that was going to be the best thing for her. So even to today, she'll be can you record me and let me take a look at it? And then she'll see what she did wrong and she can correct it from there.
So this Barbie is signed from Lori Hernandez. I got it from a photo shoot from GK. All I remember is like Lori Hernandez signed this doll just for me. This is my dance. I only did one dance recital because I didn't really like dance. It was boring. All of these are from my old gym. All the other ones are like just a circle, and that one isn't any type of shape. Nashville Nights one, because I got a 9.9 on bars, a 9.8 on floor. On vault, I think like a 9.5 or a 9.3. But I didn't compete beam at that time because I had a little mental block.
One day you just wake up and you can't do a back handspring.
I was trying to go for it, but it was just my brain was telling me not to go for it.
She went from having them to not having it. And it's not that she can't do the skills, it's just her mind wouldn't allow her to do them.
I was straight on all the lines and stuff, like on the laser beams and stuff, so I just went for it on high beam and then I was perfectly fine. So I did a photo shoot for Sylvia P and Shilese Jones. I met Leanne Wong, and then I met Jordan Childs and Simone Biles at the Gold Over America tour. If I don't go to gymnastics, then I feel like my skills are gonna get worse, so I try and go every day. Even if I don't want to, I still have to go so I can make my skills better.
It's amazing to fly through the air. It literally does feel like you're flying. You can feel the air move under you.
She's unique because she's not only strong, but she's very beautiful gymnast. She worked 4 years very hard. She can be Olympian in 2028 in Los Angeles.
I want to be perfect, and until I am, I want to keep working. My name is Isabelle David, AKA Izzy. I'm 16 years old and I'm a gymnast, and this is No Days Off. I was 3.5, and my best friend, she showed me a cartwheel she had learned, and I was just like, I need to know how to do that.
So we put her in gymnastics. Pretty much immediately we saw how much she loved it.
I did notice immediately that Izzy has a special talent. She was since little kid very disciplined, determined, and wanted to get all the attention from the coaches.
I still to this day, but especially when I was younger, just loved the feeling of flipping. It's very special, so I think that's what really made me want to keep doing it. I definitely looked up to basically all of the gymnasts that were going on the Olympic team. I looked up to Michaela Maroney a lot because she trained at our gym, so I was just like, wow, like she went to the Olympics and won a gold medal, and I'm being coached by the same coaches, so I was definitely inspired by her.
And split, and one.
Training with Galena is amazing, especially because I've been at her gym so long. She knows what I need as an athlete to be successful. She knows how I work.
Isabelle is different than her peers because she's very serious of her goals. She's every day in the gym, coming and motivate to work hard.
Isabelle, as an athlete and a gymnast who is pursuing the elite track and goes to regular school, literally has no days off.
I train 6 days a week, 5.5 hours, 4 days, 5 hours one day. And then one of the days is private lessons. So it's depending on the week, it's around 27, 28 hours a week. I've stayed motivated all these years to keep training, partly because I love it. I want to be perfect, and until I am, I want to keep working.
Okay, good, easy.
So these are some of my favorite medals and awards that I've won over the years. This medal and this medal, they're a lot bigger than the other ones because they are from nationals. And these ones are also pretty special to me because no one expected me to make it to nationals, let alone place on anything. And I won vault and I got 5th on floor. So these two are probably my favorite medals I've ever won.
Her strength is the vault. She needs to have 2 difficult vaults. Right now, her basics on the vault is way above so many other athletes because she's way higher in air, which is unique, you know, like Michaela Maroney was. So we're working on 2 difficult vaults, maybe for the Olympics.
I always love to watch her vault. She's been an excellent vaulter since she was like a teeny tiny. When I watch her vault, I just feel like it's a really beautiful piece of gymnastics, and I love to see it.
Lift it up and posture. Hold, lift, up. Nice. Okay. Her floor is also very good. We work more variety of difficulty to put the floor routines difficult and beautiful. She's unique because she's not only strong, but she's very beautiful gymnast, and that's why also all college is looking for her.
It feels amazing to be nationally recognized. It feels like all of my hard work has paid off. So just imagine if I continued to work hard, what I could do. What I'm most proud of is the person she's become. She's so hardworking and she's so dedicated and she's really humble, and she's somebody that those other girls in the gym can look up to, and I'm most proud about that.
She is warm, compassionate, empathetic. Those are the qualities I'm most proud of in her.
My gymnastics dream, like most other gymnasts, is to go to the Olympics. It would mean basically everything to me to be able to go to the Olympics in my hometown where I've grown up training would be like a full circle moment. Thanks to everyone for watching my video. To check out more stories like mine, make sure to like and subscribe only on Whistle.
She's a perfectionist. So everything she wants to do, she wants to be perfect at it.
She gets that from you.
Yes, she does.
Jurzie's best qualities are her determination, her competitiveness. She comes in and she wants to win, she wants to be number one, and she does what it takes.
I think Jurzie's greatest quality is her work ethic. She's a hard worker. She sets her goal really high, and she's just marking them off like, I did this skill, I'm about to get this skill, and she just, has her little checklist, and she's just determined to just conquer it all.
My name is Jurzieblue Cromartie. I'm 10 years old and I'm a gymnast. So I go to gym at 8:30 in the morning, and then I end at 11:30. Then I go to school and do my schoolwork, and then I go back to gym, and at 3:30 I do my practice, and then I end at 6:30.
I've been coaching Jerseys for 2.5 years now. I mean, she already trains as a 10-year-old 34 hours a week, so she does 2 a days, 4 days a week, and we do all 4 events: conditioning, flexibility, and just a lot of dedication.
We noticed that Jurzie was excelling and she had potential to go far in gymnastics. So we felt as if, we needed to put her in the right place to do that. And no other way to do that than to have her being trained at a gym with the best gymnasts in the world with Simone Biles, and being trained by an elite level coach. And it was the best decision, for her.
We're fortunate enough to have a lot of older girls that she can kind of look up to, and we do have several elites that she can see what it takes to get there and the skills that she'll have to learn in the future. And run for 10 minutes or something along those lines, and then we'll do about a 15-minute stretch, and then we'll do about 40 minutes or so of conditioning, and then a little bit of stretch again, and then we'll start events usually. Every other day we'll alternate. We do upper body, and then the next day we'll do lower body. We do the thing upper body, we call it physical abilities pretty much. That includes the rope, leg lifts, handstand hold, presses, and it's just pretty much the main muscles that you use day in and day out in the gym. And we do a lot of conditioning to protect their bodies since they do train so much, and we want to make sure they're healthy as much as possible.
My favorite thing to do are overshoots on bars, and on beam it might be front toss, and on floor most likely it would be double backs.
My husband has been really militant. He comes from a sport world, so everything in this house is geared towards a sports mentality. So, it's played in her everyday life since she was born.
I started gymnastics when I was 2. Well, my sister started doing gymnastics and I wanted to copy her.
Surprisingly, she did a lot at 2. She was able to do handstands and, you know, tucks and rows. Like, she was pretty advanced a little bit because she would sit and watch her older sister do it all day. So whether or not she did it correctly or not, you know, that was the, you know, question, but she was able to do something.
I like to paint and cook. My favorite thing to cook is fried Oreos.
Family to us is everything. My husband and I both grew up in a single parent household, and you know, we've been trying our best to just pour that love in them and to just show them that, you know, everything is not gonna always be perfect, but it's worth it. So we work, you know, towards that every day, to show them love, to show them kindness, to, you know, allow them to be humble, and to be just given. And that's just, you know, what we do from a day to day. When she was 6, she told me that she needed to be in the gym more, so I had to homeschool her. I was like, I'm not homeschooling you, like, you're going to school. She's like, but I need to be homeschooled, so you need to figure it out. So if you're telling me that at 6, I told him, I was like, hey, she needs to be homeschooled, we gotta figure it out. So, you know, as long as she knows what she wants to do, you know, and she's working towards it, then, you know, we're all the way in Texas now from New Jersey because we wanted her to be at the best gym. So, you know, we're just gonna continue to push her.
My biggest goal is to go to my favorite college, Georgia.
Jurzie has her father's work ethic. I don't know if she just watched him or if it's because they're just 2 days apart, but she's a lot like him when it comes to her work, you know, and what she puts into it. And I think he kind of like pushes her a lot too. Their talks.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, so Jurzieblue is our boss baby. She's what we call daddy's favorite. She normally gets what she wants. She's extremely funny. She's the one with the one-liners. If she's going at it with her siblings, she's the one that you don't want to mess with because she's going to hit you hard and your feelings might get hurt. Outside of that, she's just a lovable kid. Like, she's extremely responsible. She's so helpful. She cleans, and she's just extremely loving.
I would say I hope for a Jurzieblue future to be bright, just from a standpoint of how she works, how she's very smart. She knows what she wants to do, and like our goal as parents is to push her to that goal, to get to where she wants to be, and make sure that, you know, wherever hiccups that we have along the way, we get through them and we go about them how we need to. But I mean, I just see her just excelling in everything that she does because of her work ethic, and she has a great supporting cast, not just with this family, but also with outside family also. I think the most important part about having our kids in sports is it teaches them life lessons. Not just it deals with adversity, deals with the mental aspect of life, how to problem solve when you get into trouble or anything. I think when you're looking at the whole entire picture of sports give you that whole entire revenue, just life period. You get hurt, you gotta figure out how to get through it. You have a mental block, you have to try to figure out a way to get out of your mental block. You may lose in the competition, so now you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I have to do to get better? So I don't have the same type of problem the next time that I come up to this competition. So just in that 1 year, you can go through so many different changes in your sport and have adversity through it all, and you get a chance to solve those problems going through the whole entire thing.
It kind of gives them something to work towards, like a goal. So, you know, every week, you know, it's like, well, what are you working towards now in the gym? Or, you know, is it strength? Is it focus? Is it, you know, mental, you know, game?
I would say what fuels my hustle is failure. Being vulnerable to uncertainty, I think, keeps me on edge and keeps me growing mentally and physically.
Honestly, Julian's hustle's second to none. She's always been on that level of just getting what she wants.
She has that drive, she has that push, and she just really loves what she does, and you can tell.
What motivates Julian to keep pushing herself is just more. She always wants more.
I'm Julian Daigre. I'm a fitness influencer and entrepreneur. My first passion was probably defying gravity. I grew up being very active. When the normal fitness regimen wasn't enough for me, I decided to start incorporating what I know and love, and that was a background in cheerleading and a background in dance. I filmed it, I edited it, I posted it, and then I realized how much people took to the originality behind it. My everyday life consists of going out, scouting, and shooting, and then coming home, editing what I captured, putting some music to it, making a final product come to life, and I do that every single day.
The world is our playground. A lot of the times we are just driving and we see a spot, it was like, wow, that has some really good light. You can definitely hold my weight, you can hold your weight if need be. And so that's kind of how we start thinking. And we're always thinking.
Remember that spot in City Park with the new art structure with like the multicolored building?
Definitely, yeah.
That would look really good in front of that.
What I love to do is get out and find new locations and scout new spots.
One of the really cool things of what we're able to do as influencers and entrepreneurs is that we can take our office anywhere. We work together so well because we're constantly trying to outdo each other and outdo ourselves, of course, but it's always fun. Our drive is to just do something different and do something new.
I think it's important to have more than one hustle because it allows you to try new things and tap into different areas that you might be uncomfortable with and grow on them and become very diverse. My clothing line called Exist is what represents what I get to do on my everyday life and my hopes to inspire other people to do just that.
We started Exist basically just to get people to wear their heart on their sleeve.
Our message is to inspire people to get out and do what you love for a living.
As Julian and Austin kind of came up and they had this huge following, we all mutually thought it was a great idea to start something that kind of stamped the brand of what they were pushing as a whole.
I think the hoodies were such a main attraction.
We have a really good professional relationship when it comes to work. We don't slack off because it's brotherly, sisterly love.
I mean, the pigment dye's great.
And the monochromatic feel?
Monochromatic's really
Should we stick with that?
Put it on the line, yeah, for sure.
We created a fitness app called Know Your Movement to be able to give people the basic fundamentals of what Austin and I do on a daily basis. Our app is actually all body weight movements, no equipment needed. You can do it anywhere and everywhere. Being born and raised in New Orleans, Austin and I are trying to reach out and pioneer fitness culture out here, and we want people to get out and feel good about themselves just as much as we do.
Sometimes people need that push, and so she's that push for me.
She motivates me every day. The amount of content that she puts out, her drive, she's always working, she's always hustling, always grinding, and she's just laying the bricks every single day to lead her path for the future.
My next biggest goal would probably be to continue to connect with as many people as possible, and long-term goal would probably be to have and establish my own gym to where anyone of any age, any gender, any size, come and be a big kid.
She's always wanting to do more.
She wants more for everybody around her.
I got into contortion from doing cheerleading. I learned the basics from doing that and got into stretching. So I would say it mainly takes a lot of patience. Like, no one can become a contortionist overnight.
She started doing little tutorials on YouTube, so it really just took off from there.
Every day is a work day for Anna. It's a lifestyle that she works 24/7.
My name is Anna McNulty. I'm 21 years old and I'm a contortionist. I usually wake up pretty early. Like, I like to get up around like 6 a.m. or so. Not because I need to, it's kind of just, I'm a morning person. I don't really set an alarm, I just get up then. I usually go for a walk on the beach, honestly, just to kind of start the day, and then I'll like start working on things when I get back. Either I'm filming or editing most days or like planning out ideas. It's pretty rare that a day goes by that I'm not like working on content or something like that.
Every day is a work day for Anna. It's a lifestyle that she works 24/7.
It just started out as a fun thing, an activity to post on Instagram, and she started doing little tutorials on YouTube. So it really just took off from there.
She started in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada on her own. She's grown it all the way to 8 million followers, and it just shows you can do it from anywhere.
So I got into contortion from doing cheerleading. So I was a flyer in cheer. I learned the basics from doing that and got into stretching, and I saw contortion on social media and I wanted to learn how to do the poses I saw, so I worked my way up.
She was probably about 10 years old when Anna first started doing this. Even at a young age, I think she was very focused.
At first, she wasn't the most flexible, and then she just kind of worked on it and got more flexible and realized she had a talent there and hard work and enjoying it.
I started by just learning the basics like splits and a back bend, and then over time I went from a split to an over split to like how I can do it now. So it's just like consistently stretching daily or a few times a week, like whatever fits for your schedule depending how flexible you want to get. So I would say it mainly takes a lot of patience. Like no one can become a contortionist overnight. Like it definitely takes time and practice. I think the main challenge for me when it comes to creating content and contortion and everything is just keeping a balance between work and my social life. It's pretty hard for me to take a break and do something that's just for fun. Being healthy is definitely very important to me. I always try to make sure to eat healthy and move my body every day in some way. But I also like to go on hikes or like Pilates workouts at home sometime and things like that.
She's good on screen, she's so likable and such a good personality and makes good fun videos, and kudos to her.
I'm proud of how she's handled all the spotlight, the stress. Some people may not be able to handle it as well as she has.
I think the main thing that keeps me motivated is I just love what I do. It's pretty easy to stay motivated when you enjoy what you're doing. When it comes to content creation, I would say what keeps me motivated is probably my audience, because they're all really supportive and giving me ideas for new videos that get me excited to make them, because I want to make content they like. So I would say that's what keeps me going. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you want more videos like this one, make sure to like and subscribe.
I have seen Joe hang from random things in the house, like a door frame.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Right, Emmy?
It's amazing how many people still are just, I want to meet the weatherman. It's like, how do you not bump into him at Whole Foods?
52 degrees out, beautiful day, mostly sunny skies, just a few cumulus clouds.
What makes you different than these guys? And I was like, well, I'm a weatherman. And they probably thought it was a novelty act, but little did they know I was a pretty serious athlete. When we train together, it's always about one-upping the other person. So we put these circuits together that just pump you out. Individual obstacles really don't scare me. It's the thought of putting them together. Cliffhanger to crazy cliffhanger transfer. It's hard, sure, of course. But it gets progressively harder to the point where you can't even close your hands anymore. They just want to stay open. You see where the chalk is missing on my fingers now? We'll film it, and then the show will see it, and they'll be like, ooh, look what these guys are doing. All of a sudden, we got these obstacles on the show that we've created in one season. It was a pegboard, but the pegboard was upside down. That was designed at Alternate Routes in Baltimore. That was the first time I saw it, and it was probably season 5. But you know how it is, we want to post it and have people be like, what was that? That was amazing, we loved that. I study these obstacles. I see, all right, this is a foot, so I'll make mine a foot at home and I'll train on it, up and down, up and down. Oh, I got held up. That's how quick it can happen on the show. It's like one mistake all year training for that one moment. It's unfortunate, but we know what we signed up for. I was in the living room, I watched the show all year. And I said, hey Mom, she walks by, I'm like, Mom, look at this show. And she comes out of the bathroom brushing her teeth or something. I was like, I could do that stuff, right? What do you think? She goes, oh yeah, I'm sure you'd be great, honey. With a sarcastic little tone, maybe she didn't care very much. And I was like, all right, okay, you know, maybe one day I'll give this thing a shot, I'll show him.
The cool thing about this stuff is it's like a puzzle, you know, just like the show where you have to look at it and say, here's my game plan, this is what I think I want to do.
Woo. Being a meteorologist and having the camera in your face, I'm able to control my nerves a lot better, and that really helps me focus on the course.
I can try these climbs as many times as I want, but on the show, once. So if I can hang out on the walls upside down for a minute, 2 minutes, it's certainly gonna help on the show.
Joe is a really great father. He loves to throw up in the air and she loves it right back. Emily adores him. He's a really great dad.
You know, our goal, for most of us at least, I feel like, is to make this a bigger sport, to go international, to have it be like an Olympic sport one day.
Where can it go? You know, professional sport, sponsored athletes, Olympic sport, courses on the moon, who knows?
I used to jump around in the little stream, kind of close to my house, about a mile from my house. The goal was to stay out of the water. It's so funny because that is literally what I do today. Staying out of the water is my job. It's so weird.
I certainly have had times where I just want to quit. Joe, just do what you do. You're back in that river, that stream, jumping from rock to rock. You know, keep it simple. You know, that's what you do. I love proving people wrong. I love showing the world what I can do.
My future for cheerleading is to become a world champion.
Julianne is an amazing athlete. She throws herself into whatever she does and excels at whatever she does. She's determined to be successful in everything she does.
She's willing to try new things and to push herself to new limits. So I just can't even imagine being her age and doing the things that she does.
Like her greatest quality as an athlete would be like her no fear mindset.
Yeah, she's not scared of anything, so.
She's worked very hard. I think the sky's the limit for her.
I'm Julianne Worrell, I'm 11 years old, and I'm a cheerleader. I love everything about cheerleading. I mean, it's like really fun. There's all this energy and the competitiveness.
She's just very committed. She is in the gym multiple days a week with private lessons for flying and tumbling on top of team practices. So I know that she eats, she lives, she breathes, she does everything cheer related. So I think that's her greatest quality, is how committed she is to the sport and how committed she is to being her best.
She does more privates than any child I know, and I've done cheerleading for 10 years, like coached it for 10 years. And she'll go from a tumbling private to a basket private to a flying private to a stretching private, all within a matter of 3 hours. She definitely puts in the work, and the effort shows in what she does, for sure.
We see each other 4 or 5 days a week for multiple hours, so it's crazy to see not only the growth in her cheerleading, but also her as a person. From the cheer side, the growth that I've seen is just immaculate. She puts in a lot of time, a lot of energy, and she has such good discipline. So the growth that she is now, I'm not surprised by it, but a lot of people would be, because she is 11 and she's doing such incredible skills. But knowing her the past 5 years and seeing all the work that she's put into it, you can definitely understand why she's so talented now.
Flying is her passion. She's definitely a flyer. She's built to be a flyer. She's tiny.
Cheerleading has taught me a lot. It's also taught me to push past my fears, because a lot of things you do in cheerleading are scary.
She is a level 6 tumbler, which is the highest level. If a coach has a choice, they're gonna put Julianne in the air.
Very cool that she's able to tumble and fly at such a high and difficult level while maintaining the posture and the maturity and the necessary discipline that's needed to get to that level. A grazier is a double full with a kick after the first half spin. It is so impressive because of the body awareness it takes to complete it.
I first got into cheerleading when I was about 5, so it's I think it's my 7th year, yeah.
Earlier you learn a skill, the better off you're gonna be at it. And she excelled right from age 5. They just a little prep class. And 2 weeks they wanted her on a team. And that very same year, she became on a team and became a national champion.
So something that stuck out about Julianne at such a young age was her strive for perfection. It was just so cool to see someone that wanted to be so perfect at everything and please her coaches, and she would do whatever it took to make sure that she gained whatever expectation that you set in front of her, and that was really appealing at such a young age.
Julianne comes from a unique family situation where she was born 13 months before the triplets. And so there are 4 siblings, all about the same age, and they all very much interact with each other in different ways, but she's always the leader of the group. Julianne is really bubbly. She's animated. She loves to talk, and she loves to visit with people. She's very much a people person, and she very much loves to perform. I've watched her when I've taken her in for a lesson. People would walk in the gym and be watching her, and she would just rise to the occasion, and she just would go out there and put it out there.
If she walks around on her hands all over this entire house,
Yeah.
like, hey, Julianne. She's just walking around on her hands.
She enjoys it.
We, like I said, have been working with her consistently for legitimately the past 365 days, maybe 1 or 2 days off in between. We have done so much that sometimes we're confused on what to work with during the day, so we'll actually look at her and be like, okay, come up with something for us to do. So she'll come up with something crazy like, okay, let's do a double full back dismount, which to us, like, we never would have thought to make her do that, because who at 11 years old wants to try something like that? But she's raring to go for it. Just this sport alone in the past 10 years has elevated and gone to new heights that I think none of us were even expecting. Yeah, the skills that they're performing at her age were stuff that we didn't even think were possible whenever we were cheering. But it's with the help of social media and the internet, people are trying new things and it's getting out there, which is causing other people to try harder things and harder things. So it's always just trying to top what's the best on the internet and what's best in cheerleading.
She's just really kind to everybody, and she does. That's part of her, and her modeling. She models for Rebel, which is a sportswear that she wears when she competes. They emphasize rebels against bullying. And so she's part of that movement as well.
These two get along great because, like I said, she's a goofball and that's what he is too. So whenever we play good cop, bad cop a lot, because in lessons, if things aren't going specifically right or something, I may be getting just a tad frustrated, but she makes corrections, but then he'll kind of pull her aside and they'll be able to have fun with each other. So she's definitely way too smart for her age. Way too smart, yeah.
For Julianne's future, I see her reaching any goal that she puts in front of her as far as cheerleading is related. Like, I know that we talk about skills, like one day you'll have a double full, and then the next thing you know, 1 year she has it. And then we talk about one day you'll have this, and then she gets it. So I really feel like whatever we set in front of her, she's going to achieve it. But in the future, I see her being on some of the highest level competitive teams in cheerleading. I see her being one of the most remarkable flyers to move up into senior age teams or to international teams. So her future is very bright in cheer, in my opinion. And hopefully she'll get like a scholarship in college. That would be the ultimate goal, as we put people through the All-Star program specifically for Julianne, so that way she can develop all of her skills at such a high level, maintain them, and then hopefully get like a full ride scholarship when she goes to college.
I also want to make it to college and get a scholarship for cheerleading and help my parents, because they've helped me a lot in taking care of me so well. I want to take care of them when they get older.
The sky is the limit for her. I do believe Julianne will become a world champion in cheerleading. I do believe Julianne will get a full scholarship. I do believe Julianne could be on Team USA. I do believe that Julianne could be in the Olympics if cheerleading ever becomes in the Olympics.
I mean, I would say the sky's the limit with her. It's just, it's determined on how much she wants to focus on it and how much her passion for it, excels. And I would say she could probably be a part of any team that she wanted to be.
It's grown so much the last 5 years, and I can't wait to see where it's going to be 5 years from now.
Push past the pain. Always try harder and harder every time. Even if you mess up, keep going. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out other No Days Off episodes.